Hello and welcome to yet another video here on the channel. Yesterday we had the Lego set. Today we try a different manufacturer. We're gonna go to Sembo. Bought a car, an Oldtimer from Sembo. They're number 607405 with 330 pieces. Came in a box that has seen better days, so shipping was not really optimal for the box. Nice box though, has a handle, couple of pictures on the back, and yeah, got a couple of these, and the boxes, like I said, have seen better days. Instruction. Basic, nothing fancy. They say it's 6+, so for kids 6 years and older. So I built it. Here it is. Plain and simple, straightforward, an Oldtimer. So let's start and get the ugly stuff out of the way right away. I had two missing pieces. I missed a plate for the front to attach the license plate, or to put the sticker for the license plate on, and we missed one light, which is a trans-clear 1x1 round plate. So we missed a tile and a plate. I have a couple of parts left. This is the wrong tile, unfortunately, too small, and also the other section where I put a tile on was the same way, so I would have had a smaller tile somewhere, so I just left the license plate off. Also left off all the stickers because I'm not a fan of stickers. We have two license plates, we have two for the steps into the car, and one for the engine for the front. So here's the front. This is where actually the tile is missing down here for the license plate, and you see the sticker is missing in here for the engine block. All of all, it's, in my opinion, it's a nice car. I did enjoy the build after I figured out what not to do. So I did the build, and you build obviously from the ground up. And what the smart person on this end of the table did is, every time something came on from the top, I pushed down. Like, obviously probably every normal person would do, so I pushed down. It's not that stable on the bottom, so more than once it kind of gave in, and you had to push back from the bottom to make everything fit again. As soon as you figure that out, it's a straightforward build, and it's a nice build. It comes with a couple of printed parts. You have all the parts here on the wheels. These are printed. There are 6 of those. Obviously on the other side the same. And you have here on the back the little suitcase tile thing, whatever that is. These have printed parts on them as well. Very nice. So worked for me. You can open the trunk / back seat. You can open both sides of the doors on both sides. What they did on the build here is they left a gap here to make sure it's easy to open the doors. And I like it that way. I mean, they open nice, they don't open by themselves, so you can do this and they don't open. They're very, very nice in terms of closure, or whatever you want to call this. But on the other hand, they open fairly easy if you just put your finger in and push it out. So there's nothing really coming out like this. Sometimes you have doors that open, nothing here. Color-wise, it's a dark red with brown on the side here where you put those stickers on, so you wouldn't see the brown from the top. Again, not a friend of stickers, so that's why you don't see them on here. And yeah, check it out. It's a nice car. Would I use it for playing? Don't know. Like I said, it is, if you push down here, you can see it a little bit now. It was more difficult. It was easy to get it apart when it was not completely built. So it is something that you can play with, but I think it's more of a display item. I'm not into cars, but I really enjoyed this car. Just the way it looked and the way it felt. So yeah, it's an Oldtimer. It's when cars looked a little different and they were not all the same. Like when you go out in the street, every car is the same. This is an Oldtimer. So it goes really nice on the shelf and it looks good. It's a good build. It must have been an English car, or a British car, I'm sorry. It must have been a British car because the steering wheel is on the right hand side. Believe me, sitting there driving on the right hand side when you usually drive on the left is not too much fun. But yeah, I guess it was a British design, British car, British Oldtimer. Again, not into cars, so correct me if I'm wrong. Overall, the bricks themselves, I never built anything from Sembo before. The bricks, I did the test, yeah, I smelled them. They don't smell. They don't feel weird. They don't leave any residue on your hands or you know, like there's no weird feeling when you touch them or something. The tiles, they're okay. They're not as shiny as they could have been. You see a couple of smaller scratches and marks. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. But they all really fit well together. There's no, again, like I said, there's no loose part. So there's nothing that comes off easy. And yeah, except for this piece now, since I pushed it down earlier, this came off again. So I don't know if that's visible or not, but if you push it real hard while it's just standing there, this gets loose. And that happened to me a lot during my build as well. So it seems like that's the case now, and now I'm taking it apart. So that is easy to put back on, I hope, at least. That's the plan. Well, that's fun. We're building a car together. Well, kind of doesn't hold now. Well, it was not intended to be built that way, I guess. I want to fix that now. You know that sometimes that you just want to fix it, so there we go. Fixed again. But that's the problem, that's what I mentioned. So if you put it up as a display, fine. If you play with it and you push down too hard, it comes apart on two or three of these blocks, of these little tiles that are just not held together that well. But then again, all overall, a good build, a fun build. Instructions are clear. A little different than maybe other manufacturers. They have everything marked with a red surrounding on what you put on there, so you kind of know what you're supposed to do. Besides that, straightforward instruction manual. I had fun. I like it. It's going to go up on the shelf. The stickers are not for me. If you want to put the stickers on, good on you. And I'm looking forward to the next build from Sembo because it was a nice build, a nice car, a nice end result. If you are into building blocks and everything, you have those parts readily available to fix the little problem, and then you have a complete and beautiful Oldtimer. Enjoy! Don't forget to leave a like or comment if you have any questions. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next video.